Hello everyone and welcome to Sitting with the Stars.
And now we all get to enjoy some interviews with some famous people.
Let's welcome Anne Craig.
Yes, right. Oh my God.
Hi Anne, it's great to have you here on Sitting with the Stars.
It's my pleasure.
So Anne, tell us what your family is like.
We were a typical German and Jewish family in the middle class. I was the second daughter of my parents, Otto and Edith, and my sister Margot is 3 years older than I am.
You're German, but did you and your family always live in Germany?
No, in the summer of 1933, soon after the Nazi takeover, my family moved to the Netherlands. It was difficult for us because we had always lived in Germany, all of our ancestors, but we had no choice.
We know that in World War II, there was discrimination against Jews. What kind of discrimination was there?
Well, for a time, anything Jewish was boycotted. People who bought from Jewish stores were ashamed and exposed publicly. Jews were not allowed to participate in art or literary works, and
that sounds horrible.
But that's not all. We were segregated socially, politically, and economically from other Germans. We were not allowed to fly the German flag, and we were basically stripped of civil rights. Eventually, 400 anti-Jewish laws were passed based on the Nazi racist definition of an Aryan.
Why did the Nazis want to get rid of you and your family?
The Nazis wanted to create the perfect race. They called it the Aryan race. My family was not Aryan, we were Jewish, so the Nazis thought they needed to get rid of everyone who was not Aryan.
How did the Nazis define an Aryan?
For Hitler, the ideal Aryan was tall, blonde, and blue-eyed. He believed that race, the Aryan race, would take over the world.
You are well known for writing in your diary, which is now a book. Where did you get it from?
I got my diary in 1942 for my 13th birthday. It was my favorite gift and I began writing in it right away. The first thing I wrote was, I hope I will be able to confide in you, and I hope you will be a great source of comfort and support.
What did you write in your diary?
Usually I would write stories about everyday things and about my friends, but when we went into hiding I would write about my hopes and fears. Sometimes I would write stories. I eventually wrote in my diary, the nicest part is being able to write down all my thoughts and feelings, otherwise I'd absolutely suffocate.
Did you have a specific format for your diary entries?
Yes, I started every diary entry with Dear Kitty, as I called my diary, and then I just wrote what was on my mind.
Why did you rewrite your diary on newspapers?
Well, I wanted my diary to be published as a book. I always thought my diary would be for myself, but I had changed my mind. So I rewrote my diary, and I used different names for all the people in hiding with us.
Who published your diary?
My dad published my diary after the war.
Where was the secret hiding place?
The secret hiding place was an empty section of the building owned by my father's company. The door was a movable bookcase that swung out like a door.
What was life like while hiding in the annex?
It was relatively spacious. My family lived in two rooms downstairs, and my sister and I shared a room. Upstairs, the Van Pels family, my father's co-owner's business person, lived upstairs with his family.
How were you discovered in the annex?
On October 4th, 1944, we were betrayed by Victor Kugler, who was forced to take 3 Dutch policemen to our hiding place.
What kinds of work did you do in the concentration camps?
Since we did not report voluntarily, we were identified as criminals, and criminals were forced to break up old batteries, which is very dangerous and unhealthy work.
Were there any survivors among the group of people in hiding?
My father was the only survivor of this horrible tragedy.
Anne, thank you for joining us today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Anne Frank died from typhus in Bergen-Belsen, a concentration camp, about a month before it was liberated. Her sister Margot died the day before her, sometime in March of 1945.
We hope you've enjoyed this segment of Sitting with the Stars.
Tune in tomorrow for some more amazing interviews.